welcome to Bake It with Fat and Weird. Today we are making a 7-layer bar cookie. So if you've never had 7-layer bars, they are some of my favorite like cookie-ish bars. They're 7 layers of goodness.
Well, the problem I have with 7-layer bars is it's really 7 ingredients. Because when I went and looked it up, layer 1 is technically butter, and then you put graham flour on top of that. So really the first layer is like a graham cracker crust.
Right.
But, because it's butter, graham cracker, butterscotch chips, chocolate chips, coconut, sweetened condensed milk, and nuts, either chopped pecans or chopped walnuts. So it's 7 ingredients, 7 layers. That's a bit of a stretch.
Okay. Well, I think other people call them something different, like
magic bars.
Magic bars, yeah. Then they are magic.
But I asked Aubrey, what kind of cookie do you want to do? And she's like, I want to do this one. So we're going to make a graham dough, and then we're going to load it with chocolate chips and butterscotch chips and toasted coconut, and we have walnuts, and yeah, we're just going to load this thing up.
Just winging it.
And then you can flash back to earlier. I made a core, which is sweetened condensed milk, graham cracker crumbs, and toasted coconut. And I froze that so that we could stuff these cookies when Aubrey got here. We're gonna have a very special guest on this episode of Bake It Fat and Weird, but I have been tasked with getting the core ready. So whenever that special guest arrives, we will have everything done for the cookie they want to do, and I'm gonna save it and let them tell you what cookie it is because they picked everything. Maybe you'll be able to guess based on the core that I'm making, but the core I'm making has sweetened condensed milk, coconut flakes, and graham cracker crumbs. So I'm gonna start out with adding about 10 ounces of the sweetened condensed milk. This is a 14-ounce can, so I'm just gonna kind of leave about 1/3 of it at the bottom. To a bowl. I have toasted some coconut flakes right here. So we'll weigh it out, how many coconut flakes I'm adding. So we have 10 ounces sweetened condensed milk, and then about 1 ounce of toasted coconut flakes. Actually, let's call that not even 1 ounce, be 0.8 ounces of toasted coconut flakes. Then we're gonna add some ground up graham crackers. So we have graham cracker crumbs here at Fat and Weird, so it makes it a little bit easier for us, but pull out about 1 ounce of graham cracker crumbs. We're gonna mix this all together, and that is going to be the core for our cookie. So the easiest way that I've found to do this is to freeze the cores. So you can buy these silicone molds and freeze the core. Just the easiest way to do this. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill up these molds right here. For our cookies at Fat and Weird, we like to get about 1 ounce of core on the inside. So that's why I did 10 ounces of this sweetened condensed milk.
A bit more core.
Guess I probably should have done a taste test of this first. Every good chef is supposed to taste what they're making. I approve. All right, so I'm gonna take these cores and I'm gonna stick them in the freezer until we start making the cookies, probably in about 1.5 hours, 2 hours. So hopefully they freeze or at least get a little bit more solid before then so we can stuff the cookies easier. You ready to start?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Let's cream that butter. This is 8 ounces of butter. Is it chilled?
Oh, it is cold.
It is cold butter.
The trick to making thicker cookies is to have cold butter.
Tricks of the trade.
Or to brown your butter because you're removing some of the water content of your butter by browning it.
Ooh. That was 6.3 ounces of brown sugar, 1.7 ounces of white sugar.
Struggling with that cold butter.
Yeah.
Adam may or may not have put the butter in the freezer.
Yeah, it looked real chilled.
Yeah. He was like, I want you to have some cold butter. I was like, okay.
Oh, we're...
Gotta hold on to it. I lowered the sugar in this because of the amount of chocolate chips that I'm putting in here and butterscotch chips. Like I lowered the sugar by like 3 ounces. And the coconut flakes are sweetened, so if you want to try some.
I think our graham dough, isn't it a little bit less sugar anyway? Like for pigeon tents.
Yeah, but you can try that too.
That is delicious.
You did a good job, huh?
I feel like there's nothing like toasted coconut.
Right?
We got 2 eggs going in.
And I was gonna add some of the sweetened condensed milk, you know,
Okay.
to this, because that's what you wanted to do.
Yeah, we're adding sweetened condensed milk to the dough.
How much you want to
Because
add?
why not?
This is about, I'd say this is about 4 ounces.
How much molasses? So we're doing 0.75 ounces of molasses. I would say that like similar, or maybe half of that.
You tell me when to whoa.
Whoa.
Okay, so about 1.5 ounces of sweetened condensed milk.
Sure.
Okay. So this is molasses and honey
Oh,
and the sweetened condensed milk.
yeah. We've got 0.75 ounces of molasses, 0.5 ounces of honey, and winged it with the sweetened condensed milk.
Oh, and this has a vanilla extract in it, which I think it's like, I didn't write it down, but
Just
it's
like a teaspoon.
A teaspoon, yeah.
The standard. I don't think we've ever put sweetened condensed milk in the cookie, like a cookie at all, ever.
Yeah. So hopefully this doesn't go like super flat.
Well, it might, but
We'll see.
you could always up the flour, you know. We'll see.
Okay. What else?
Next up is a little bit of salt and baking soda and cornstarch. You want the amounts? We have 0.25 ounces of salt, 0.25 ounces of baking soda, and 0.15 ounces of cornstarch.
Cornstarch is another trick to getting like your thicker New York style cookie.
Graham flour or flat, which one do you want to do?
I'm gonna do graham flour first.
This is 7.27 ounces of graham flour. Can people use graham cracker crumbs?
Yeah, you could use you could just grind up graham crackers, or you could just use whole graham crackers and just like let it break it down.
Yeah. The weight would be the same.
Right.
And then this is 16 ounces of flour. Are you doing like half at a time?
Sure.
I don't know. That's that's what I used to do when I was little and made cookies.
So yeah, you'll see when you flip it over, I did some things special with the old chocolate.
It does not look like super soft dough.
It doesn't need to be super soft dough because its core is literally sweetened condensed milk, you know.
Right, that's what I know. We were worried about the sweetened condensed milk going in the dough. It's very sweet. I definitely taste sweetened condensed milk in a good way.
I know, you want to put more in there? Be good.
No, I think we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, it tastes kind of like marshmallowy. It's nice. Are we putting coconut in the dough? Yeah,
I was going to.
I think we should for sure.
We can also top it with like untoasted coconut if you want to. I think if we put coconut in the dough, then you're probably going to need to add a little bit more sweetened condensed milk because I think it will be a pretty thick dough.
Yeah.
So we'll call it 2 ounces of sweetened condensed milk.
We have 2.75 ounces of toasted coconut and 2 ounces of semi-sweet chunks, really.
Right, and then, no, I did 2 ounces of semi-sweet chips and then 4 ounces of a semi-sweet bar.
Oh, 2 ounces, okay.
Right. I wanted it to be like really, like I wanted it to be like a, you know, when you eat a magic bar, a 7-layer bar, like it's, the dough itself on the bottom is not a lot. It's a lot more
Right.
stuff mixed in. So I put a lot of mix-ins in this.
Perfect. 4 ounces of chopped nuts. Did you do butterscotch? I did not see butterscotch chips
Yeah.
going in. It was
Yeah,
in
they're
that
in
bowl?
the bottom, yeah. This mixture says.
I mean, cookie dough is amazing at all times. I think I got a chunk of butter, which is great.
Yeah, your favorite. Give me this tray right here to put it in. Yeah, so I have to teach you a trick.
Okay.
The hat, you know the hat trick?
Oh, pulling aside a piece of
Yeah.
dough.
Mhm.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, it'll be much easier if you do that.
When's the first time you had a 7-layer bar? Like, how old do you think you were? Or are they even popular in Florida?
Yeah, I've had 7-layer bars. I feel like, you know, growing up in church settings, like someone made them for like some church event.
Yeah, I feel like it's very church or
Yeah.
like bake sale type.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, so I didn't know if you wanted to like put graham cracker crumbs on the outside of this at all, or if you wanted to like put coconut on top, or are you just good with how it is? Because I mean, we really did go pretty hard on the mixing, so.
Yeah, I feel like it would be fun. We could like maybe top some of them, just see how they act.
Yeah.
Because they are pretty, because they do have so many mix-ins, you know.
Is there any story you want to tell people about your first experience with 7-layer bars or something? Was it a magical experience?
First time I ever had a magic bar, I think somebody did bring them to like a volleyball event or something. Like they packed it. I just remember it being packed in a little snack bag when we had volleyball tournaments.
Were you just taller?
So somebody's mom made it.
Were you taller when you were younger? Because like I don't see you being like a volleyball queen right now.
I played back row. You don't need to be tall. You can play back row. But yeah,
back row, huh?
I got no hops, so me in the front row, it was not happening. Actually,
back row girl, huh?
That reminds me of a very funny story. I was about this height, which was like 5'4", in, I don't know, 5th grade. And I wanted to play basketball because all my friends were. And so I tried. I was the tallest one out there in the 5th grade. And I sat the bench pretty much the entire time because I was so uncoordinated that they didn't want me to play.
So if our children have athletic ability, who did they get it from?
I mean, I don't know. Probably you, but
I don't think I'm that athletic though.
You never had the opportunity. I feel like you just, when you're in Panama City, Florida, you're trying out for everything. And there's just more competition.
There is a lot of competition.
So if you didn't make it, you just like didn't learn the skills at all. You just didn't play football. You didn't play basketball.
Yeah, I think I remember the first time I remember that like, that I remember talking about sports with someone, it was Josh Kreifels, and he lived in Washington, and he was just like, no, everyone made the team. So like we all played sports. And I was like, no, that is not how it was whenever
no, that's how it was.
I went for sports, in Florida. Like the baseball team at my high school won like the 5A state championship. There was, 2,000 kids at my high school, and there's what, like, I don't know, probably like 20 kids on your baseball team.
Yeah.
So like, good luck.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't the most athletic, but I wasn't not athletic.
Yeah, how many kids did you have to compete against to
none. You definitely always made the team, but you might sit the bench like I did. However, I will say I got more coordinated and athletic after I like started CrossFit when I was 18. Okay. I remember like my hand-eye coordination, like everything just really improved. Before that, I could not catch a ball.
You still can't catch that well. I'll be like, here's your keys. And then you'll be like, ah.
Okay, here's a question for you. Did you have literal anxiety? I know, I'm sorry. Literal anxiety when it was gym class and it was kickball day?
No, but I mean, first off, we didn't play kickball except in like elementary.
Okay, any sport where it was like a competition and you needed hand-eye coordination.
So like my middle school days were like kind of like my pudgy days, if you will, a little soft kid. And so I remember like we would do anything that involved like running, and I hated it because I just felt like I was so slow. And I actually think I'm like pretty fast now. But yeah, I didn't enjoy it because like I felt like I wasn't moving and everyone else was. So are we gonna have extra? I guess we can like try to scoop out some of the stuff.
These are the only 2
that you can do.
Yeah, so we made 11.
Well, I mean, we have extra sweetened condensed milk. If you want to just like try to pour it into these, we can do it.
Right. I don't know. I don't know how that would turn out. I think it's just gonna liquefy.
Well.
Because what's in it? What is in sweetened condensed milk?
Milk and
sugar. All right.
Bake it just because we had. Okay, we'll bake this one, and then we're gonna put these we're gonna just put them straight in the freezer. Normally I would tell you, put them in the fridge for a couple hours to chill and then freeze them, but we ain't got time for that today. So straight into the freezer.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Right, so we put these in the oven at 400 degrees. I would say for 16 to 20 minutes is probably the range you're looking at. Depends on if they're like fully frozen or if they're just chilled or whatever. So let's break one open.
This one, right?
Oh, there you go. go.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I think
Raise
this
it
is
up,
a great
raise it up.
idea. We're just trying. Ooh, I kind of want this bite right
Yeah.
here.
Get this camera. There you go. What do you think? Does it remind you of a 7-layer bar or no?
It's a very good start. I think it's missing a little bit of coconut and butterscotch for me. Like, I think those could be stronger.
Well, I was saying a 7-layer bar was literally graham crackers and then you just like load it up
Right.
with all those things. So I don't think you're ever gonna get as much in a cookie because I mean these cookies are loaded with.
I am extremely happy though with how that core turned out
Yeah.
and how it acted in the dough.
I think it tastes like a 7-layer bar. Okay. That's good.
I think it just held up so nicely. Like, I'm just happy with how it held up. And
There you go. Yeah, no, yeah, you want to get fed. There you go.
oh my gosh.
There's gonna be so much chocolate.
7-layer bar or 8-layer bar?
Yeah, it's supposed to be like butterscotch, chocolate, coconut, graham cracker. You feeling it? Yeah.
It's good.
So, yeah. I mean, it's very hard to make certain things into cookies because you like,
You have to cookify it.
yeah. And so I think like as far as it being a cookie version of a 7-layer bar, yeah, I think we did good.
Yeah, I think you could like play around with the topping a little bit if you wanted something like gooey, like, you know, that sticky goodness that a 7-layer bar has.
Oh, it's
I always have food on my face.
right here. It's still there. It's in the crack of your mouth. But no, yeah, I agree with you. I think you could have like, if you wanted more butterscotch, then you could have probably like put some toffee or something on top. You could have also like rolled it in coconut. I actually thought about like taking sweetened condensed milk and kind of like mixing it with coconut and kind of like sticking it on top, you know? But in general, I think that the sweetness level is really good because there's a lot of chocolate and stuff in there. And I really like the flavor of it, so.
Yeah.
I think we did a good job. Found it.
You have actually chocolate right here.
Oh, we're gonna get it. Comment down below if you have a crazy recipe that we should do. Constantly looking for things to do. Stay weird.